Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back along to another episode of Saving Grandad's Farm. My name is Alex as always, and we've been on a bit of a mission really this morning, and this is all for Project Bees. And behind me here, I think I have about I said something like 3,000 bees behind me here, which is pretty cool. And we're going to bring them all in, and we're going to get them set up into our new hives that were delivered yesterday. They're all in place, so we're going to come into the yard. We've got that to do. We're going to show you, it's been a while since I actually recorded the last episode for Simulation for the Nation, so there's a few updates to the yard here, and the first one being right over there. We have a very cheap but perfectly suitable wooden tractor shed really. It's 3 bays, as you can see there. It's just going to mean that we're able to get our tractors into storage there and free up a little bit more space. And yeah, it cost me, watch my own gatepost there, it cost me next to nothing, but it was just a cheap solution to a problem really. It'll probably get replaced at some point, or we might have to get another one. They were, like I say, very cheap, so quite practical, but we have to have a look into that. But for now, we're going to leave those where they are there. We're going to get our bees up and running here. So as I mentioned there, these were delivered yesterday. And so what the plan being that they're going to help our little blossoming orchard here. We're obviously going to try and build out those trees and get a few more trees in, more than the 4 that we have at the moment. But we just want to get some bees going here as well. It'll help fantastic pollinators there. They'll help to really increase our profitability from the orchard there, that's for sure. And then also all the greenhouses as we get those going. There's a bit of a delay on receiving the glass for the greenhouses over there. That's due to arrive next week now, I've been told, so we'll have to wait and see about that. But the first thing we're going to do here is just get kind of this emptied out here. I actually have boxes of bees here, can you believe? I want to just try and get these guys out of here nice and safely. Easy does it, little guys. We're going to leave you there. And then we're going to try and get these bees up the way, and then we've got the honeycombs put into here as well, and everything else that goes with them there. So that's what we're going to be looking to do. And then hopefully it won't take us too long to get going there, and then the bees can get themselves settled in there, and yeah, will really help us. Oh, I just dropped a box of bees. Oh dear. Really help us kind of get going there. So that's the plan for here. We've also got a field of our last field of spring barley that I want to get drilled in pretty quickly. So that's to do. I'm just going to drop the back down here. There we go. Yeah, and we'll be able to get that last field of spring barley done, and then that's going to be out in the extended lot over there. And like I say, that's just going to mean that we're really able to kind of get a little bit of progress made. We're going to have to start to really think about our own... get that down. We don't need this. This is being a bit positive, a bit optimistic there, because we don't have any honey yet, but hey, this is what we need to do. That's fine. Now, really, the breeder that I actually bought all this from did offer to come and assist me with getting this set up there, but I thought, no, I can manage to do all this, and we'll see if that was right. So we're going to get this all set up anyway, and we will see how it goes, and I will come back to you later once we're a little bit further on, I think. Alright folks, so we've just kind of got everything roughly set up there, I think. We'll have to have a look back at that and see how it's all coming together. But for now, we're just going to skirt back around. We need to get a bit of drilling started, and yeah, we'll see where we're going. But like I say, with this shed, you can see that we're still kind of desperately short for space, really. I'm just going to park you about there, actually. Perfect. We're still running out of space in which to keep things. The big shed over here, bear in mind we're going to try and make some hay. We need to put hay somewhere, so we're going to have to go into there. And then we've still got bits and pieces all over the place. So what I was thinking was just to kind of get everything tied up into one area. Maybe get a bit more stone put into here. I'll have to find some from somewhere now, because I've used all ours up. And then we just have like a trailer pad down here, I think. Would be better. One thing I did notice as well, this here trailer, it does have a bit of a rusty floor to it. With even a couple of small holes in there, so it looked all right from the outskirts, but I just don't know how well that's going to actually work for us, so I might need to look into a plan for that, but we will see. But yeah, everything else so far, you know, we just need to get a bit more order around here, get things tidied up, but it's a nice little shed there anyway, should do us well. And we're going to, yeah, hopefully get some of this shed full with some hay, and then we might even put it into here and move things around. That's all to be decided yet, but we're gonna have to have a look, see. There's something not right with this header trailer as well. I might have to look into this one. It's not quite functioning as I'd hope it to, so again, that could be something that we have to take a second look at. What we did get to do recently though was actually get a bit of a start on some on more of the hedge saplings. More have arrived, so we've got them put in. So now we're going to show you what that looks like now. Actually, as we come around this corner here, gateway is a little tight. Yeah, so we don't have a track going through this bit yet, but also when we did have that excavator, scraped a little bit of the track up, and just to kind of get into the other fields there. So we'll see. We need to come and just mow down these hedges here a little bit, tidy this bit up as well. Another tight little gateway. Through we go. Okay, so you can see here we now have the secondary line that splits up that field, and then also this little base line in here as well. We had some different maturities of the saplings actually, which worked quite well because it allows this hedge to kind of advance ever so slightly. And open up, and this is the field here. This could have been been kind of worked over first, but we haven't done that yet. So we're gonna just give it a go, see how it works over. If need be, you know, we'll come back in and we'll look into it. But at least for right now, we're going to just try and get this spring barley drilled into here. Yeah, okay, going to put you down about there. We are all connected there, fantastic. Alright. Let's see how we get on. So this is the one nice long little stretch of a field here, so some nice long drags. It shouldn't take us too long to get drilled over, but we are putting the last of our pepino into here, which means we should be looking good. I think I've decided for those two oilseed rape stubbles over there, we're probably going to put those into a cover crop for now, I think, and then we'll see how that's looking in the spring or in the autumn. Well, we'll probably look to get those drilled over there. It's getting a little bit late in the season, so I don't want to put too much in right now, but yeah, we'll see how we get on there anyway. So yeah, that's what the plan is for that. Obviously we've got a little hay pasture at the top here as well, just a square off that end really. It was a bit of an odd shape, so decided to go with that. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, otherwise we're just going to keep cracking along with this and see how much ground we get covered today. And all of the straw, all of the ground that we are drilling, we're going to be baling the straw so we can sell that off as well. So again, that's something else that I need to figure out how I'm going to store until we can get the best price for it. I'm not quite sure about that yet. We haven't got too much space, but there are a few Dutch barns kicking around. We might even try and use, if we haven't repurposed the one in the orchard field there for sheep, we may end up trying to use that one, but that is going to be something we'll look into. Sheep wise, that's a long-term plan. We're not quite ready for those yet by any stretch, so we need just to kind of figure out what that's going to look like before we attempt to bring them in. And then we'll see how many we can bring in and what breed and where they're going to go really. So there's a lot of variables to factor in there. But yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. It should give us, I'm trying, as you can see, diversify the income revenue or the revenue streams that we have here for the farm, just to see if we can diversify ourselves to not be so vulnerable to a dip in a certain economy. So that's looking like a good approach right now, that's for sure. And yeah, hopefully we'll see where we go. As my granddad always used to say, you've only made it if you're making money whilst you sleep. So that's what we need to try and do. So we'll see. But yeah, as you can see here, the farm's really looking good. I do need to apply for a little the countryside stewardship schemes for now that I'm putting more hedgerows back in. There is a grant out there I've been told that I can apply for and try and benefit from. So we're going to try and do that. That's for sure. And then yeah, there's a few small things that I want to try and get done as well. We're looking to get a little bit of the farm track put this here side, where as you can see we've kind of got the baseline in there already, so a little bit of the scraped ground again. So we're also always going to be looking to see if we can get our hands on any hardcore of any sort, just so we can beef up a bit. It probably will get a bit wet and muddy in the winter months, but otherwise just put you down. Go right Disc marker down there. And we are away. Happy days. So yeah, as you can see, we're kind of flying through. It's not doing a too bad a job, actually. It's kind of bringing that all into line very nicely indeed. And we'll see how the rest of that looks. We've got our tram lines coming in there as well. It should be about right on the... I think we'll go for 18-meter tram lines, because at some point next year we'll try and buy ourselves a little sprayer, which will be no bigger than 18 meters. And we can... The contractor I use at the moment there, his sprayer can adjust to 18s as well there, so that works out pretty handily. It just means that we can get it looking a bit tidier as well. No GPS on this tractor, unlike the ones that I was using for a neighbour the other day. So this is all just by eye. The tram lines may end up being a little bit wonky there, but one day we'll get back to... I wonder if I could even get GPS onto an old Ford like this. I'm sure I could give it a go, and we'll see what that looks like, I guess. It's an expensive add-on that I don't really feel like I can justify at the moment. Bear in mind, I'm looking at about 135 acres of arable crops right now. It would be a lavish cost, but yeah, I just don't see the... I don't feel like my accounts can justify that just yet. Maybe one day though, maybe one day. Put you down there again, and off we go. So already we're booking through this field here. It's really not taking us that long at all. Do let me know as well down in the comments below how your day's going, what you're working on as always. Thank you very much for all the very kind comments we've had so far. It really does mean an awful lot. It's great to see that you're all enjoying this little series here. I've kind of changed it. Originally, a simulation for the nation, and I had an idea that this was going to be like a mini series, but we've decided to keep it going long term there and label it more as a restoration series, which is what we're looking at the moment. So that's going to be pretty cool. As you can see, the farm's really starting to transform a bit there, with new buildings going in, new approaches to some of the fields. And I have one of the fields on the other side of the farm there. We're going to do something completely different in entirely. And I'm also toying with the idea of doing it in that field there. It won't be this year purely because of the expense behind it. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool if we can get it to work, that is. We might see if we can get it to work this year. I know there are a few different grants out there to encourage it. The question would be whether or not we can apply for one of those and whether we fit the criteria, I guess. But we'll certainly give it a go. Yeah, I do really want to make sure, whilst we're in some months, we haven't got too much work to do right now once we get kind of all this taken care of, so I want to make sure the yard is looking good, so when we do get into the middle of harvest and beyond, there really is nothing to worry about but the field work. So that's the current plan, which should be good, and we'll see how it all looks. This hill, it's roaring up this hill here. But yeah, I do really like how we split this field down. I think it works a lot better for us. We might look to, well, we've got multiple grass paddocks now that we're going to try and get several crops off of, just to have hay for ourselves when we do have the sheep, but also try and get a little bit of silage there that we could possibly look to sell to any of the neighbours if they need it, but we'll see. Main next big job is to continue with this fence line and hedge line, get that in. This top piece in the corner here, this little triangle wedge, really, we're probably going to just put into like a wild bird area, put plenty more hedgerows in there, that kind of thing, some wildflowers, and just leave it, really. No point in trying to work too hard to get anything off that small area, and if we can put it down to like a wildlife area, then I'm all good for that. Put my marker down there, but never mind, we'll do it. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how the bees kind of settle in now, what that journey's going to look like. There's a few bits of expensive equipment I need to get a separator thing sorted out there, so that's going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm just trying to kind of piece all that together now and see how it all works. So watch this space on that one, I think is the best advice, and we'll certainly update you on the journey for that. I've got a few people in mind who are going to be able to we're going to look to purchase that from me, any honey that we do eventually get made. But the honey for me is very much a secondary product. Obviously I have discussed the idea of having some form of farm shop, but that's going to be some time away. The main thing I wanted to do was encourage the pollinators around the farm here to keep things really developing that way. And the bees are just the best at it, really. Okay. Looking pretty good there, I'd say. So we don't have enough seed here to do the whole whack. I know that much is true. So what I'm going to do is just bring the Fiat over. Hopefully right about now with another load of seed on. So I'm just going to leave you about there. This field itself has been sprayed off once. There's a few weeds that keep coming back on into it, so we have to get the keep an eye on it to see how it continues. We have got a few more gates in here, as you can see. The one over there is all ready. We just need to move a few shrubs around on that one. Yeah, everything's kind of coming in nicely. So hopefully, yeah, we're going to see this all really kick on and grow. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm toying with the idea of putting a hedge along here as well, along this fence line at some point, but to be honest, the fence will do just a good enough job to start with as we jump over it. And yeah, we're back in here, so we're just going to get a little bit more seed to get this all taken care of, and then we should be pretty good. I do really like though having all this set up. Like I say, it's just it gives me a little bit of extra peace of mind really, and something I want to get done. This was actually bought for about £5,000. Would you believe that's next to nothing at all? I had to buy a few new boards from the local sawmill on this side because they didn't come off very well. But other than that, all it took was setting the wooden frames. And it was dismantled in a manner whereby it was easy to reassemble again. There was no problem there at all. And like I say, it's a good solid shelter. Gives us plenty of space. And all I'm thinking about here, like I say, is just leveling this off a little bit more. Where I have to buy in about 100 ton or so of stone to do so. And then give us a nice little area to line up these trailers. Make it all look that little bit better. And then you never know, maybe if this shed works out the way I hope it does, we might just get another shed down this side here as well. And then yeah, but we'll see how we get on this with all these bales that we're expecting and see how that all looks. This shed here, we're just thinking about getting that fixed, and we'll see how it looks, because what we might end up doing is fixing this shed and then turn it into a bit of a workshop. Right now it's just holding my two trailers really, and the lawnmower inside there as well, so we'll see. And then we need to figure out everything that's in here and what's going on in here as well. So lots to do really. My grain bin here, last I heard, is good. It's probably not large enough though to hold everything that we need, so I'm on the market. I'm on the hunt to try and find another one, which will get installed right next to it. That's why I've left a little bit of space here so we can do just that, and we'll see how it goes there. So that's kind of the picture of where we're all going with this. There's lots of change about to happen out in this field as well, in the orchard field here, as we look to bring in get some hens into the place. That'll cause a right ruckus, and then also get the sheep sorted out eventually as well. So until then, as we look to get this all done, we're going to leave it here for now. So thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed as always. If you have and you've yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, and we will see you all in the next one. Catch you later.